Hey guys, I'm back. It's Wednesday night, hump day, long day at work, and I made this chicken parm. So let me show you how I did it. This one's gonna have a lot of me missing because the fifth grader was doing his homework in the dining room, and so I had to go help him a few times. But anyway, I'm kind of winging this chicken parm. I made sauce on Sunday. I actually have a short video of how I make my sauce. And so I like to use the leftovers for at least one other meal. Sometimes I can get two meals out of it. And so what I'm doing right now is actually making some really quick breadcrumbs with some frozen bread ends that I had in the freezer, some Parmesan cheese, garlic, oregano, onion, basil, parsley. And I just throw it all in like the blender and get it all nice. It's not the best breading, to be honest. I mean, it's tasty, don't get me wrong. It doesn't stick too well to the chicken, but it works, and I get to just reuse the ends that don't really get used for anything else. And I'm big on saving stuff. So here I am helping the helping the fifth grader. So I have three chicken breasts that I'm going to cut in half and then pound thin for the chicken parm. Um, I don't cook chicken breasts anymore without at least pounding them. And this method of cutting them, it just stretches those three breasts to six like courses basically, which is great. And you'll see here I'm using a mallet, and I like to put them in a bag. It just makes it easier than me trying to use parchment paper or whatever. And there I am, flailing my hands at the fifth grader, yelling at him to just read instead of looking stuff up on the computer. Because we're having he hates to read, and then I have to like lecture him on why reading is important every time he does his homework. Anyway, so I'm gonna make an egg wash now. I'm just gonna take two eggs, and then you'll see me struggling. Oh, that was my composting, by the way. I'm trying to be good and compost my eggshells. Um, and here I am with some Dijon mustard that I can't get out of the bottle. I like to add a little Dijon to the egg wash. It just helps it stick a little bit more and gives it a little bit more flavor too. So I bread and stick I stick I don't know how to say this. So I stick my breasts in the egg wash into the breadcrumb and then directly into the oil. Like I'm not messing around with a whole nother plate of storing the breaded chicken and all this other stuff. And I'm using my cast iron to do the frying of the chicken. So I can only fit two in there at a time anyway. So it just kind of works out, and I kind of cook those while I'm doing everything else. So what I'm doing there in the red bowl is I'm going to steam some broccoli. I just have some like the pre-cut broccoli I get at Costco, like the big bag. And so I just put some in a bowl with a little bit of minced garlic and put saran wrap over it. Just throw it in the microwave for 2 minutes and just let it steam and sit in there while I'm doing everything else. So that's kind of hands off, which is super duper easy. Later on, you'll see I pull it out and actually put a little olive oil. So yeah, now the kid is, bugging me. This whole dinner, it took 52 minutes, by the way, to cook this dinner from beginning to end. So there I am adding a few more chickens. When I take them out of the cast iron, I just put them on a plate with some paper towels to absorb some of the oil. I have also in the back of the stove a pot of water that I'm going to use for the spaghetti. I like to use a thin spaghetti when I do chicken parm, so I'm using like a capellini, I think. And then in the front is my leftover pot of sauce that's just there. Oh, there I am trying one of the chickens, my first tester chicken, and I'm not going to lie, it was really good. In my new cabinets that I have, I need to use the stepping stool to get a casserole dish. So what I'm doing now is I put a little bit of sauce in the bottom of casserole dish, and then I'm going to layer the chicken in there and then put some Parmesan cheese on top and just put it under the broiler to melt it. And so really at this point, it's like the workhorse part of this dinner. Oh, I have to grate the cheese. That's right. So I have this thing. I don't know if you guys would agree or not. I don't buy grated cheeses anymore. That's a lie. I do buy like the Mexican cheese blend shredded, fancy shredded for tacos because it's so easy and the 10-year-old loves it. But for like meals that I'm cooking and I'm melting and things like that, I find that I just rather buy a block of like that's really good Parmesan that my brother actually gave to me from a restaurant. And then I actually mixing it with some store-bought cheapo Parmesan because I didn't think there was going to be enough. And actually, normally I mix Parmesan and mozzarella, but I didn't have any mozzarella, so I went 100% Parmesan, and I think I liked it better. just really good. So anyway, here I go. I'm layering in the chicken into the casserole. I realize I can't fit all 6 of them in that one, so I have to go up and get another one and coat that one. So I have 4 in my large casserole dish and 2 in like a pie pan size casserole dish. And so now I'm putting a little sauce on top of each breaded chicken cutlet, and then I'm topping them with the shredded cheese. And I'm trying to clean as I go. I'll be frank, I'm getting better at this. It's a kind of a weakness of mine, and I generally make a huge mess when I'm cooking. But the more experience I get, the better I am at as cleaning as I go. So cheese is going on top. Those 2 are going to go in the oven, but I'm trying to time it because yet again, the husband and the 16-year-old are at the dentist. It's a long story. So now the spaghetti is going in the boiling water, and I do salt my water. There goes the chicken with the cheese under the broiler, laying out the plates. The Red Bull, the broccoli, even though I only put it in for 2 minutes, it's still steaming in there. And that big jar, that's really good high quality olive oil. And what I'm going to do is drizzle it on the broccoli. So basically, the broccoli is just garlic, olive oil, and salt. And it's my most favorite way of eating broccoli. I just steam it, add steam it in garlic, and then add olive oil at the end to kind of finish it. So I pulled out. You could say I only boiled the chicken for like 3 minutes just to melt the cheese, and just got it just until it was bubbly and kind of just starting to brown. I always add a little bit of sauce to my spaghetti after I drain it, and it helps it not stick. And then now I'm plating the 2 ones in the front are for me and the 10-year-old, so they're smaller spaghettis. And then the back 2 are for the husband and 16-year-old. And so now I'm plating the broccoli, and here we go. This is how it came out. I may have slightly browned my chicken a little too much, but it was so good they asked for seconds. So thanks for joining me again, guys. That was super fun.